Rhythm reigns supreme, the irrefutable dominion of drums and bass in the musical universe. What is music? To this question, the masses, predictably, conjure images of melody, harmony, and lyrics. Yet those who possess the intellectual rigor to penetrate beyond superficial appreciation inevitably arrive at an incontrovertible truth. Rhythm is the absolute sovereign of music, its immutable foundation. And the instruments that wield this supreme power are none other than drums and bass. The primordial bond between humanity and rhythm. Any serious examination of musical history reveals rhythm is the most ancient form of musical expression, a fact so obvious it borders on axiomatic. Primordial humans struck wood against earth, clashed stones together, and clapped their hands in rhythmic patterns. This occurred eons before the concepts of melody or harmony even flickered in the human consciousness. Why does rhythm command such power over humanity? The answer is elegantly simple. Rhythm is inextricably woven into the very fabric of our existence. The heart's pulsation, the cycle of respiration, the cadence of ambulation, our bodies are perpetual rhythm machines. Rhythm is not merely an artistic choice, it is the signature of life itself, the proof of existence. When drums resonate, humans instinctively move. This is a universal response that transcends the provincial boundaries of culture and language. From African tribal ceremonies to Japanese taiko, from Latin American percussion to every significant musical tradition across the globe, rhythm instruments have always occupied the throne of musical hierarchy. Drums, the cardiac engine of music. Drums are, quite literally, the heart of music. When a drummer ceases performance within an ensemble, the entire musical structure collapses into chaos. Conversely, even the most intricate melodies and sophisticated harmonies require the unshakable foundation of drumming to achieve coherence. The drummer's role transcends mere timekeeping. Drums dictate tension and release, articulate emotional topography, and manipulate the audience's energy with surgical precision. From the delicate brushwork of intimate ballads to the explosive double bass assaults of heavy metal, drums determine the emotional intensity of musical experience. Consider the Titans, John Bonham's overwhelming groove that defined an era. Tony Williams's polyrhythmic innovations that shattered jazz conventions. Clyde Stubblefield's titanically tight beats that became the backbone of funk. Their drumming did not merely accompany music, it defined it, dominated it, was it. Bass, the architectural foundation and bridge. If drums are the heart, bass is the spine, the fundamental architecture upon which all else rests. Bass occupies a position of unique supremacy, the intersection of rhythm and harmony. It collaborates with drums to forge the rhythm section while simultaneously providing harmonic foundation, a dual mastery no other instrument can claim. The uninitiated listener may fail to consciously perceive the bass. This is their limitation, not the bass's weakness. Remove the bass line from any composition and witness the immediate evisceration of musical substance. The music becomes anemic, powerless, unmoored, a pathetic shell of its intended form. Bass bestows weight and depth upon music. Through its command of low frequencies, bass transforms music from mere auditory stimulus into visceral, corporeal experience. The floor-shaking vibrations in clubs and concert halls are bass asserting its dominion. Music is total sensory conquest. James Jamerson's melodic bass lines that undergirded the Motown empire. Jaco Pastorius' revolutionary fretless innovations. Marcus Miller's percussive slap technique. These masters proved beyond dispute that bass is not subordinate accompaniment but central expressive force, the very foundation of musical architecture. The alchemical synthesis of the rhythm section. When drums and bass unite, musical alchemy occurs. This sacred partnership forms the bedrock of every musical genre worthy of serious consideration. Elite drummers and bassists achieve telepathic synchronization, breathing as one organism to generate groove. When kick drum and bass note align with perfect precision, an inexorable forward momentum manifests, a force of nature. Alternatively, deliberate displacement creates polyrhythmic complexity and syncopation, adding layers of sophistication that lesser musicians cannot fathom. In funk, the rhythm section's surgical precision is the essence of groove. In jazz, the improvisational dialogue between drums and bass propels the music into uncharted territories. In rock, the rhythm section's raw power injects primal energy into compositions. In reggae, the distinctive patterns of drums and bass define the genre's very identity. Remove them and reggae ceases to exist. Rhythm's universal dominion across genres. The supremacy of rhythm is not genre-specific conjecture, it is universal law. In classical music, timpani and double bass provide structural and emotional support that composers of genius have always recognized. Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring resurrected primitive rhythmic power within modern composition, a watershed moment in musical history. Jazz evolution is inseparable from rhythm section evolution. The progression from swing through bebop, modal jazz, and fusion witnessed drums and bass perpetually at the vanguard of innovation. Rock is defined by the overwhelming power of drums and bass. This is not opinion but tautology. From Led Zeppelin to Nirvana, every great rock ensemble possessed a great rhythm section. This is not coincidence, it is causation. In hip-hop, rhythm achieves absolute centrality. Drum machines and sampled breakbeats form the genre's entire foundation, a genre literally built upon rhythm's supremacy. Electronic dance music demonstrates rhythm's power in its purest form. The four-on-the-floor kick drum pattern moves thousands as one organism, a feat no melody could achieve alone. Examine global traditional music and the pattern holds. Drums, percussion, and low-frequency instruments occupy central roles. Indian tabla, West African djembe, Middle Eastern darbuka, cultures differ, but their reverence for rhythm remains constant, universal, absolute. The subordination of melody and harmony. This may sound radical to the uninformed, but melody and harmony are secondary elements, decorative embellishments upon rhythm's immovable foundation. The most exquisite melody withers atop inadequate rhythm. Complex harmonic progressions lose all persuasive power when undermined by unstable beats. Yet powerful rhythm sections can elevate even pedestrian melodies to greatness. Analyze successful compositions and the truth becomes unavoidable. Their success derives less from memorable melodies than from indelible rhythmic patterns and irresistible groove. Michael Jackson's Billie Jean proves this axiom, that song's iconic status owes more to its bass line and drum beat than to its melody. This is demonstrable fact, not subjective interpretation. Corporeal reality and musical experience. Rhythm reigns supreme because it provides the most direct, visceral, undeniable musical experience. Concert audiences leap and thrust fists skyward not because beautiful melodies caress their ears, but because powerful drums and bass physically command their bodies to move. Club dancers surrender control to bassline vibrations and kick drum pulses, a conquest more complete than any melody could achieve. Music therapy research confirms what the intellectually honest already knew. Rhythm exerts profound influence on human psychology and physiology. Consistent beats synchronize heart rates, elevate moods, and reduce stress. Drum circles worldwide succeed because shared rhythm possesses primal power to forge human connection, a power melody and harmony can only envy. Technological revolution in rhythm's democratization. Modern music production technology has only reinforced rhythm's supremacy. Drum machines, samplers, DAWs, these tools center primarily on rhythm production. The democratization of music creation through technology has granted universal access to professional beat-making capabilities. This democratization reveals a profound truth. With equal technological access, what separates superior music from mediocrity is not melodic or harmonic knowledge, but profound understanding of rhythm and groove. Technology has stripped away excuses and pretense, leaving only this truth exposed. Conclusion. Submit to the rhythm kingdom. To truly comprehend music, one must comprehend rhythm. To create music, one must master rhythm. To experience music, one must surrender to rhythm. Drums and bass are not merely instruments, they are music's heart, spine, and soul. Melody may linger in memory, harmony may provide aesthetic pleasure, but rhythm alone animates music, moves masses, and resonates across epochs with undiminished power. In all music, rhythm reigns supreme. Accept this truth and you shall hear, feel, and create music at dimensions previously inaccessible to you. When next you experience music, direct your attention where it belongs. To the drums that pulse like a heartbeat, to the bass that shakes the earth. There resides music's essence. There sits the throne of the sovereign. The age of rhythm's dominion is not coming, it has always existed. Only the foolish remain unaware. The question is not whether rhythm rules, but whether you possess the wisdom to acknowledge its reign.